Students, let's do Brahmanath. Om. Om. Santi, Santi, Santi. Swasth.
Good morning students, welcome back to class again. Today we are going to discuss that is your topic cell structure and function. We have previously discussed about several cell organelles. In previous classes we have discussed about the mitochondria and ribosome. Today we are going to discuss another important cell organelle that is your plastid, which includes your chloroplast. Before going to today's class, let us discuss what we have studied in the previous class. In the previous class, we have studied about the mitochondria, which is known as your powerhouse of your cell. Why it is known as your powerhouse? Because the cell, as it is a living cell, it needs energy, and that energy it comes from your ATP. And mitochondria, it is your site of your ATP synthesis. That's why it is known as your powerhouse of the cell. In mitochondria, in the inner membrane, we have oxysomes, or that is called as your F1, F0 particles that mainly involved in your ATP synthesis process. Then next, inside your ribosome, we have, it is called as your smallest organelle, and it is having no membrane. That's why it is known as your smallest organelle, and it is known as your protein factory. Why it is known as a protein factory? Because the mRNA, which comes from your DNA, it is transcribed and translated inside your ribosome, and it gives rise to your protein. That's why the ribosomes, they are classified based on their sedimentation coefficient. Why they are? What is that sedimentation coefficient? Sedimentation coefficient is that they are differentiated based on their size. That is your ultracentrifugation process. As they are very smaller in size, they come last in the centrifugation process, which is a process of separation of particle based on their size. Based on that, we have prokaryotic ribosome and eukaryotic ribosome. In prokaryotes, we have 70S type of ribosome, and in eukaryotes, we have 80S type of ribosome. These topics we have discussed in the previous class. Today we are going to discuss another important topic, that is your plastids. Then this plastid, it is one of your cell organelle. It is one cell organelle whose main function is to synthesize or store the organic component. What is the main function? It stores most of the organic components. Okay, and the term plastid was first given by Ernest Haeckel. The term plastid is first given by Ernest Haeckel in 1866. Okay, who gave the term plastid? Yes, that is Ernest Haeckel in 1866. And Skimper, one scientist, basing on their property or basing on the presence of the color pigments, divided the plastid into three types. What are these types? Okay, Skimper divided plastid plastids into three types. What are these? These are, first is your leucoplast. First is known as your leucoplast. Then second one is known as your chromoplast. And third one is important one, that is your chloroplast. Okay, leucoplasts are the having no color. Okay, and chromoplast are the colored pigments. Chromoplast are colored pigments other than green. Okay, and the chloroplast plastid having the most of the color is green in color. Most of the chloroplasts are green in color. Okay, basing on their property or the presence of the color pigments, leucoplast having the no color, chromoplast having or they are having the color yellow to red in color or brown in color, but they are free from green color. Okay, and the chloroplast having the green color. Most of the leucoplast and chromoplast they stores the organic component, and chloroplast is the important plastid that take part in the process of photosynthesis. Later we will discuss about the photosynthesis process, and one important point is that they stores the organic components and also the synthesizes. That is, the chloroplast is the site for the synthesis of most of your carbohydrate, the proteins, fats are stored inside your plastids. Note down these points, then we will discuss separately that is leucoplast, chromoplast and chloroplast. Let us start with the leucoplast. What is that? Leucoplast is the colorless pigment, as they are having the no color pigments. They are known as colorless pigments. They are known as colorless pigment. And these leucoplasts mostly seen in case of these cells which are not exposed to sunlight. These cells or these plastids are seen in cells which are not exposed to sunlight. Okay, can you give me example which are not exposed to the sunlight? That is your seeds, tubers. These are the structures that are not exposed to your sunlight. For example, you have seed, tuber, rhizome. Okay, then one of your tuber is your potato tuber. Okay, potato. Then rhizome is example of ginger. Okay, then these leucoplasts are of according to their content or stored rich of organic foods. They may be of three types. Leucoplast may be of three types. It may be of three types. That is, one is your amyloplast, then second one is known as your aleuroplast, or also known as proteoplast, or it also known as proteineoplast. And third one is known as your ileoplast. Okay, in amyloplast it mostly stores the starch. Okay, amyloplast mostly you can see the starch containing the grains like your rice and rice, wheat. Example are rice, wheat. These are example of amyloplast containing plastids. And aleuroplast, proteoplast, these are seen in case of maize. These are example of maize. Okay, maize and several pulses. Okay, pulses, that is your maize and pulses. And in aleuroplast it mostly contains the fat or oily seeds. Here we have the starch, that is your carbohydrate. Here the aleuroplast, that is your protein content. It contains the storage food, that is your protein, and which are present in case of maize and pulses, and ilioplast contains most of the fat or oily seeds as your storage food reserve. Oily seeds as your storage food reserve. You can see in case of seed of mustard, castor bean, okay, in the seeds of mustard, castor, you can find these type of oils or fats. Okay, basing on the presence of the different component, one is the presence of starch, it is known as your amyloplast. If it is protein, then it is known as your alluroplast or proteoplast. If it is fat, then it is known as your, what is that, ilioplast. Okay, note down these three types of leucoplast, then we will discuss about the chromoplast. Next type of plastid is your chromoplast. We have discussed about the leucoplast which having the no color, and the chromoplast they are having the different color pigments, that is orange to yellow color. Okay, these are colored pigments, and their color ranges from yellow to red to orange. Okay. And they are free from green color. And you will find these type of plastids or these type of plastid cells which are present inside your cell, which are exposed to your sunlight. But in case of leucoplast, these are present which are not exposed to the sunlight. But here you will find the cells which are exposed to sunlight. You can write that point. These plastids appear in cell which are exposed to sunlight, and they will give rise yellow to red to orange in color. There are mainly two types of chromoplasts. Mainly two types of chromoplast. You can find in case of algae, that is your red algae and brown algae. Two types of chromoplast, that is your pheoplast and rhodoplast. As the term pheo, it means the brown color, and as the term rhodo, then it means the red algae. It belongs to the Phaeophyceae, it belongs to the brown color and give rise to the red color, which is seen in case of brown algae, and it is seen in case of brown algae, and it is seen in case of red algae. Okay, we have already studied in the algae the Phaeophyceae group, which color they contain the brown color, and the pigment which are known as the or which produce the brown color, it is known as your phycoxanthin. Which pigment? Which is the brown pigment? That is your phycoxanthin. And in case of red algae, you have phycoerythrin or R-phycoerythrin. Okay, these are the two pigments which are present in case of your chromoplast. Note down these points, then we will discuss about the structure of chloroplast. Now let us discuss about the structure of chloroplast, which is known as your kitchen of the cell. Chloroplast is known as kitchen of the cell. Why it is known as the kitchen of the cell? Because the most of the organic products which provides energy to the growing cell, that is your plant, it arises from your chloroplast, that is the food in the form of carbohydrate is synthesized inside your chloroplast. That's why it is known as the kitchen of the cell. Are the plants known as your producers? They are giving food to the all the consumers. Okay. Then what are the chloroplasts? These are green colored plastids. Okay, what is the color which is present inside the chloroplast? That is green color. But in chloroplast we will find yellow to red to orange color, and it was first discovered by Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Okay, who discovered the chloroplast? Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Also, he discovered the microscope. That's why he is known as the father of the microscope, or they discovered the microscope structure. Then next, it was named by Skimper in 1883. Who named the chloroplast? That is Skimper in 1883. It is found in most of the eukaryotic cells that are capable of doing photosynthesis. It is found in case of eukaryotic photosynthetic cells. Eukaryotic cells doing photosynthesis. Okay, photosynthesis is a process by which the glucose molecule is produced inside a plant. Plant is a eukaryotic cell, but animal is a eukaryotic cell, but it is not having the chloroplast structure. That's why they can do the photosynthesis process. That's why they are the consumers. Plants are the producers. Why they are producers? Because they are having the leaf. Inside your leaf there is presence of the chloroplast. Their chloroplast will do the process of photosynthesis. Thereby they produce the glucose molecule, and it is consumed by your animal cells. That's why I have written the eukaryotic cells which are having the photosynthesis process. Which eukaryotic cell do the photosynthesis? That is your plant cells. Okay, then we discuss about the shape and size of your chloroplast, how it is looking or what is its appearance. Okay, what is the main size and shape, how they are looking in the external appearance? Mainly in case of higher plants, it is around elliptical structure. In higher plants, what is that structure? It may be rounded, it may be elliptical, or it may be ovalic structure, something like elliptical or the rounded structure. Then in case of lower algal group, lower algae, they have star shape, maybe star shape in Zyganemma, spiral shape, Spirovera, or cob shape in case of your Chlamydomonas. Okay, in the higher plants they are usually rounded, elliptical or oval, but in this star shape in case of Zyganemma, spiral shape in case of Spirovera, and cob shape in case of your Chlamydomonas. These are some examples of the algae. Then the normal length of the varies from 4 to 10 micrometer, and the breadth varies from 2 to 4 micrometer. Okay, these are the basic structural unit of your chloroplast, or the shape and size of your chloroplast. Note down these points, they will draw the diagram and define the structural unit of chloroplast. Okay, let us see the structure of your chloroplast. This is the structure of your chloroplast, which is having a double membrane structure, and inside the two membrane there is presence of a matrix, or that is called as your stroma structure. We will discuss separately each unit of your chloroplast. First, draw the diagram of this chloroplast and write down the membrane. It is the outer membrane. It is known as your outer membrane. And this structure which is present inside to your matrix, it is known as your inner membrane. It is known as inner membrane. And these two, outer and inner membrane, these two constitute the envelope or the outer envelope of your chloroplast, or it is the outer covering of your chloroplast, and this is known as your chloroplast envelope. Okay, that is, it is constitute two membrane, that is your outer and inner membrane. Okay, you can write that point. It consists of two unit membrane structure. Two unit membrane structure. Each membrane is about 9200 angstrom thick. 9200 angstrom thick. Okay, the thickness is around 9200. The outer membrane is around 9200, and also inner membrane is around 9200 angstrom thick. And in between two membrane, there is presence of a space. There is presence of a space known as, what is that space called? The space which is present in between outer membrane and inner membrane, it is known as your periplastidial space. What is that? That is periplastidial space. That space is known as your periplastidial space. And besides the periplastidial space, the inner content, or which is a semi-solid structure, it is known as your matrix, or we call it as stroma. It is known as your matrix, or this is known as your stroma, which contains most of the your DNA, RNA, and the protein structures which are present inside your stroma structure. What is that structure? Stroma. You can write that point. Inside the inner membrane, the semi-solid fluid, is known as, what is that fluid? That fluid is known as your stroma. Is known as stroma. Okay, note down these points. Then we will discuss separately about stroma and what is the main content of stroma. Okay, let us see the diagram. You can see inside the stroma they are having the several structures, and each structure having the DNA, its own RNA, 70S ribosome, and other protein and enzymes. Like that of mitochondria, chloroplasts are also having their own DNA, RNA, and ribosome. And the ribosome which is present is known as your 70S type of ribosome, which is present like that of prokaryotic cell. Inside stroma, you can find, inside stroma there is presence of DNA, RNA, protein, enzymes, and the ribosome which is of 70S type. 70S ribosome. Okay, these are important structures which are present inside your stroma, which helps the chloroplast to self-duplicate. That is having the power of self-duplication. That's why they are known as your semi-autonomous organelle. These structures are your DNA, which is circular, and these are having the RNA structures. Then you are having the several protein, enzymes, and the ribosomes are present. They are 70S type. They are having the 70S ribosome. 70S ribosome. Then next one is there the inner membrane. The inner membrane, it may be free or it may be present with the structure of your lamellae. The lamellae structure which is present, which is attached to the inner membrane structure. The inner membrane may remain free. Inner membrane may remain free or attached to lamellae structure. Okay, what are these lamellae structures? These lamellae structures arise from the single unit of thylakoid. These cup-like or sac-like structures which are present inside the stroma are known as your thylakoids. These single cup-like structure or sac-like structures, the single sac-like structure present in stroma are called, what is that structure? That structure is known as your thylakoid. What is that structure? Are called thylakoids. Okay, thylakoid. That is a single sac-like structure which is present inside the stroma. It is known as your thylakoid. It is known as your thylakoid structure. Okay, then these thylakoid structure that are arranged in a one upon another, and the complete structure it is known as your grana. The complete thylakoid structure which is arranged in a stroma, that is known as your, this complete structure it is known as grana. Okay, here it is known as your granum. Why this called granum? Granum is singular. Here granum is, okay, note down these points when we discuss about this thylakoid and grana. Okay, here you can see these are the stacks of the thylakoids, and these stacks which are arranged inside the stroma it is known as your granum. The single thylakoid stacks it is known as your granum. If we consider the total grana structure, it is known, that is grana is the plural form and granum is the singular form. Okay, we can write this point as inside matrix, inside, that is your inside stroma, the stacks of thylakoid, the stacks of thylakoids, stacks of thylakoid is known as grana, and the singular it is known as your granum. Then inside your, that is your thylakoid layer or thylakoid, it is a bilayer structure. Thylakoid is a thylakoid having bilayer structure, bilayer membrane which consists of lipoprotein, which is lipoprotein in chemical composition. Lipoprotein means they are having the lipid and plus protein. They are having the lipid plus protein. They make up the membrane of the thylakoid. This membrane of thylakoid it is made up of lipid plus protein, and the inside of your thylakoid, that inside space it is known as your lumen. The space inside thylakoid is called as lumen. What is that structure called? It is called as a lumen. Okay, inside the lumen there is presence of several photosynthetic pigments, that is chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and your carotenoid pigments. That is pigments of inside your lumen. They contain chlorophyll A plus chlorophyll B plus carotenoid. Okay, these are the pigments which are present inside your lumen structure, and besides that they are having the F0 or CF1 and CF0 particles. Okay, they are having the CF0 and CF1 and CF0 or F0 particles. What is that function? Their main function is ATP synthesis. Okay, the main, what is your photosynthesis? Photosynthesis which is takes place inside your lumen structure. Why it takes place inside your lumen? Because it contains the most of your pigments, that is your chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, and carotenoid. Okay, note down these points, then we will discuss about few more points about your stroma. Another point is that inside your lumen it is having the most of your chlorophylls and the carotenoids, and the photosynthesis process is takes place. In photosynthesis process, the water is utilized by sunlight, and using the water, chlorophyll, the leaf or the chloroplast produce the glucose molecule. Inside your lumen, in lumen, the water which is utilized in the process of photosynthesis, it is photolysis. That is photolysis of water takes place. What is that photolysis? Photo means here light, and lysis means breakdown. Lysis means breakdown. Okay. In photolysis process, the water molecule, that is water will be represented as H2O, then it is removed as your H2 plus O2. These are the byproducts or the photolysis of water which takes place inside the lumen, and evolution occurs. Photolysis of water and evolution of oxygen, that is takes place inside the lumen due to the presence of several photosynthetic pigments like chlorophyll, then carotenoids. Then another important point is that the grana or granum are interconnected by threads, or that is called as your stroma lamellae. Stroma lamellae. What is that structure? Here it is known as stroma or thread or stroma lamellae. The structure you can see here, the interconnecting link between this is one granum and this is one granum, and the interconnecting link, that is known as your stroma lamellae or thread, that is known as your this structure. This is known as your stroma lamellae. Stroma lamellae. Okay, this structure, it is known as your stroma lamellae, the interconnection between two granum. Another important point is that, okay, due to the presence of chlorophyll, the thylakoid which absorbs the light. Okay, you can write that point. Around 320 molecules of chlorophyll absorbs light. Okay, or that is known as a photon. The unit of light. What is that? Unit of light is that? Unit of light, it is called as a photon. Here you can see inside your lumen, I already told that they are having the different chlorophyll molecules. What is the main function of the chlorophyll molecules? They usually absorb the light from your sunlight. Okay, you can write that point. About 320 molecules, about 230 molecules of chlorophyll, okay, absorbs light in the form of photon. Photon is the unit of light. Photon is the 1 unit of your light. Then it is absorbed by your 230 molecules of chlorophyll, and this is known as your quanta zone. This is called quanta zone or photosystem, which is present inside your lumen. Mainly there are two photosystem, PS1 and PS2. Photosystem 1 and photosystem 2, it is present inside your lumen. It will be later discussed in your plant physiology, but you know that the light, it is absorbed by the chlorophyll in the form of photon, which is the unit of light, and they act as a antenna molecule. Which act as a antenna molecule? The chlorophyll molecules act as a antenna molecule, and they receive the light from the sunlight and take part in the process of photosynthesis. Okay, note down these points. Then we will discuss about autonomy and how it is act as a self duplication or the self duplication organelle. Okay, note down these points. Okay, what is autonomy? We have discussed in mitochondria also. They are known as the semi-autonomous organelle. Why? They are having their own DNA, RNA, and having their own protein molecules. Like that, we have discussed that chloroplast is also having its own DNA, RNA, and protein and enzymes, and they can synthesize. It can synthesize its own protein and having self-duplication ability. Okay, these are the important points. That's why they are known as your semi-autonomous organelle. That is, they are having the DNA, RNA, and having their own protein, and they are having the self-duplication power. That's why they show the autonomy like that of mitochondria. That's why it is known as semi-autonomous organelle. That is, they can perform some of their own functions due to the presence of DNA, RNA, protein, and different enzymes. Okay, note down these points. Then we will discuss about some important functions of chloroplast. Okay, let us discuss about some important functions of chloroplast. As already we have discussed, chloroplast is involved in the one important function, that is a photosynthesis process. That we are getting that using the solar energy, that is sunlight, in the form of photon, that is utilized inside your lumen of your thylakoid, and they produce the organic food in the process of photosynthesis. That is, by this photosynthesis process, it is convertible into two states, that is your dark reaction and light reaction. Dark reaction takes place inside your stoma, that is, they are independent of your light. They do not depend upon the light, but the light reaction which takes place inside your grana or the thylakoid membrane, which is having the chlorophyll, that is, they are absorbing the light and they converting the light in the utilized form, that is your organic food, that is your carbohydrate, which is stored inside your plant in the starch, in the form of starch, and it provides oxygen for respiration. As we have earlier discussed, that the thylakoid membrane, which are involved in the photolysis of water, that is, the water molecule breakdown of the water molecule takes place, and it converts into the hydrogen and oxygen molecule. These oxygen molecule, which are released from the photolysis of water, these came to the respiration process, which are the process in which the complex molecules are break down into simple molecules. We have already discussed in the mitochondria process or in the mitochondria function. Then in the chloroplast, sometimes in flowers you can see the color, it is changed. That is, you can see the green chili, which is green in color, but their color changes to the red color. Why? Because the green color, it is changes to the chromoplast color. It may be some flowers, you can see the changes in color. That is the chloroplast, it is changed to the chromoplast color. Then reduction of nitrate, it is nitrate and sulfate, it is done by the generation of reducing power, which is generated by your NADPH. NADPH. And chloroplast also helps in the fatty acid biosynthesis. Note out these points. Then we will discuss about few more function of chloroplast. Okay, another two important functions of chloroplast along with the photosynthesis is that they are having the capability of producing the proteins like mitochondria. They will produce having the ability of 30% protein. They around the 30% of the cell protein it is produced by your mitochondria. Like that of the as the chloroplast having their own DNA, it is having this double standard. DS means double standard circular DNA, and they are having the 70S ribosome. And inside the ribosome there is presence of ribosomal RNA plus protein, that is the chemical composition of ribosome. These three units they unite or they are utilized in the process of protein synthesis, which is takes place inside the chloroplast, which is also an important function of chloroplast. That protein synthesis is usually occurs within the large subunit of Rubisco, which is present inside the ribosome. These three units DNA, 70S ribosome and ribosomal RNA, which is present inside the ribosome and DNA. Okay, these are the chloroplast proteins. These are known as the chloroplast proteins, which is utilized by the chloroplast for its cellular metabolism. Another important point is that they can store the starch molecule. Already we have discussed in leucoplast. In ameloplast, they are having the capability to store the starch. Starch is the form of carbohydrate. Okay, starch is the storage form of carbohydrate. Okay, these are some important functions of the chloroplast. That's why we call the chloroplast as a multifunctional organelle, that it is performing most of the function of your cell. That's why it is called as multifunctional organelle. Okay, what is that called? It is multifunctional organelle. Okay, what we have discussed today, we have discussed the structure, three types of plastid structures, that is your leucoplast, which is colorless. Then we have discussed the chromoplast, that is it is having the color around green, yellow, red to orange color, which is having or lack the green color, and the chloroplast, which is having the green color, and it is having the thylakoid, granular structures which contain the most of the chlorophyll, and these chlorophyll molecules having the ability to absorb the light or light, which is the unit of light unit is photon. It is absorbed by the chlorophyll molecule, and it is stored inside this, and by using the water the photosynthesis process occurs, and they produce the storage form of energy, that is your carbohydrate and starch, and it is utilized by our body. And thereby we completed the today's topic, that is your chloroplast. Okay, go through these points and read well. Okay, next time we will in the next class we will discuss about some important cell organelles. Okay, till then, thank you. See you in next class.